Actually, we are going to practice for loop. So right now I have three different questions, three different challenges, and let's see how to solve them in Python. So the number one, it says that, hey, I have a list A which has 2, 5, 12, 9, and -7. Right now, they were asking to print double of this number. So, for instance, if I have a 2, I need to print a 4. If I have a 5, I need to print a 10. So I need to make a double of each number and print them out. So let's say I have a list A. Let me just type the list A and I will create it now. So right now it says that I have number 2, I have a 5, I have a 12, I have a 9, and I have a -7. So that is my list. So right now I need to make another variable that is going to iterate the numbers from the list A. So let me just call it for x in list A. So what does it mean is, so that x is going to be assigned with the different numbers and which is from the list A. I will say that I need to print x. If I print the x only, let me just execute. Let me see what is going on now. So it just printed the list that we had before, but I need to print a double of them. So each time, whenever the x is changing, I will say, just take the x and multiply by 2 and print it for me. So right now, what I see, so I have a 4, 10, 24, and so on and so on. So those numbers are the doubles of the list A. Or what I can say that, let me just change it. I will say the number from the list is, let me just get it, x, and put it, and the double is, let me say, x times 2. So let's see what is going on. So this string is going to print as a default for each time, and this string is going to be printed each time. So that x is being executed from here, and that is the double of that value. So let me run it. Let's see. The number from the list is 2, and the double is 4. You see, the number from the list is 5. So because the 5 was taken from here, and the double is 10. So this is for the assignment 1. So what is the question 2? It says that I have a list of numbers, list of B. It looks like it starts from the 1 all the way to the 10, and it is asking to print even numbers only. You see, so I need to print 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, which is even numbers. So let me just make a list. So I have a list B, and let me just create it. Oops. I will say that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is my list. So right now I will assign another variable that is going to get all integers from the list B. So let me say let me call it y, because this y will be assigned for each of them, y in list B. So right now I have a condition. The condition is I need to pick the number which is even only. I will not print all of them. If I say print y, you see, without any conditions, so it is going to print all of them for me. But the question was I need to print even numbers only. So before printing, I need to give some conditions. I need to compare something. If that number is even, print it. Otherwise, do not print it. So what I need to do is before printing that, what I will tell that if the y, you see, I'm comparing right now if the y is even number. If the y is perfectly divisible by 2, and which is equal to 0, so there is no reminder, you see, if that case is true, if that is even, right now, print it. Oops. You see, so right now, if that case is true, and for instance, in that case, we have if it's even, after that print. If it's not true, do not print it. So let me run it, and it is going to print all numbers only, all even numbers only. You see, so before making operation, we need to make a if statement. So that, yes, one of the features. So right now we have some more challenges. Right now I have 4 different names, and it says that, hey, print all names with the only condition if it starts with vowel numbers, which is A, I, E, O, U. You see, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different names. If the first name, first letter in this name, if it's matching to that list, so print it. Otherwise, do not print it. So in this case, I need to print Oscar only and Anna only. And can you imagine that you have a list, a huge list, like in thousands name, and you want to print the only names which starts with A, or you want to print the only names which is vowel letters. So let me say. So right now what I'm going to do is I will make it 2 lists because I'm going to compare them. So let me say I have a vowel which is equal to, and I need to assign each of them. So for right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, oops, 4, 5. So right now what I have I have E, I have O, and I have U. So right now I have my first list. And the second list, which is names, I will say that, hey, I have different names. And let me just copy paste all of them. So 1, 2, 3, oops, 4. And you can add, you can just choose any other name. So I will just make it Oscar, I will make a Mike, I will make John, and I will make Anna. So right now I need to make a variable that will go to the inside of names and get these strings one by one, and let's see how it looks like. So I will make another for loop now. So the for, let me just call another variable which is k, the for in names. So let's see what is going on there. So this k will go inside to the names, and the names has 4 different strings, so it is going to be having 4 loops, and each time my k will be changing. The first loop, the k is equal to Oscar. The second, during the second loop, my k is going to be equal to Mike, and so on and so on. So we have 4 different loops. Now I have a condition now. I don't want to print all of them. So let me see if I print all of them. Let me just say I want to print all names. So it is going to print all of them for me, all names that we have in the list. But the condition is I need to compare the very first letter and see if it matches one of them. Oh, that is a little bit tricky. So right now, do you remember whenever we talk about condition, there's an if statement. If something has happened, do it. If not, do not do it. So I have condition now. So I need to use the if statement. If k, but do you see each time whenever we have a loop, the k is equal to whole name. So I have an Oscar. Second one, I have a Mike. But I don't want to compare the whole name with this list. I just need the first letter, that's it. You see? So I will say, hey, from the k, just get the first letter, that's it. And whatever after the first letter, as of now, it's not that much important because we are trying to see what is the first letter is. That's it. So, and this O is located in index 0, and this M is located in index 0. So that, you see, so we are using that index. I will say that, hey, if the K0 in vowels, something new that we are learning now. So that means if that letter is in that list, you see, if that letter O is in that list, I will say print it, print K. So in this case right now, I want to print the whole name, everything that we have in that K value, you see. So let me run it. Actually nothing happened. It didn't give the error. That means our code is working. But something wrong, because we have Oscar for sure. It starts with O, and O is over here. And we have N over here, so we have A, and we have A over here. So the question is why it didn't print. Here's the answer, guys. Now look, so right now we have a capital A, but here is the lower k. And actually in Python or in the programming languages, the upper O and lowercase, they are completely different to symbols. So somehow we need to lowercase all of them, and after that make it comparing. So right now I will tell that whenever you pick the first letter, which is O, do you see that? Let me just zoom it and we'll see. So you see, whenever we pick the K and first letter, and after that I will say, can you make it lower please? Before matching, you see? So let me see. Get the name, get the first letter, lowercase it, and after that see if it's in a vowel, if that is in the list, in that list. If that is true, print it for me. So let me run it, and it is going to print Oscar and Anna. You see? So because right now this A and that A is different, and this O and that O is different, so somehow we need to make all of them in lowercase, or we can make all of them in uppercase, and after that we can compare them. So using these 3 lines of codes, guys, and we can print all of them. So right now I have 4 names. If you put couple more names, so let me just put Kate, let me put I don't know, like Oscar or Orange. Let me just give the Orange. I don't know if the Orange names exist. So let me run it. It is going to print all names which starts with the A, I, E, O, U.